Well, welcome back to another episode of Glad Models Today. I'm Randy Newby,
I'm Walt Mills.
and we are interviewing Kevin Wehrmeister, not just Headshot Studio 205 in McKinney.
Absolutely. And here's that video that we just shot about 3 minutes ago and wrapped up. Hey, Kevin. Kevin, so tell us what life is like during the COVID in your studio.
Well, it really hasn't been. I leased this space after using another space just next door starting February 1st. So I got everything moved in here, had a couple of shoots with a couple of models to see how it was going to work out, and then everything stopped. So I haven't really been shooting with COVID yet. My next model will be here on Saturday the 15th. So I decided to wait until the 15th. I'm near Firehouse. And we'll start then. However, since I have a background in risk management, including infection control and stuff like that, I started the Facebook group Shooting COVID just to create some best practices or share some best practices. And that and my somewhat medical background, I've started to create some standards for myself. Maybe other people will use them. But it's going to be, we're going to have to coexist with COVID. And even when they create a vaccine, it'll still be coexisting with COVID probably for about a year after that, till everyone gets it and they figure out if the vaccine works. So I think it's possible to coexist with COVID. I think it's possible to stretch it a little too far. So I'm thinking about, at least at the studio level, using masks and hand sanitizer for quite some time, and then in combination with folks with doing sanitation before they get here. Another thing I'm thinking about doing or will do is I'm only going to have one session a day. I think if things get a little busy, then it's easy to skip some precautions, and if people are positive, then it gives things time, a little bit time to settle down, so that when I do the sanitation or the cleanup before the next session, I can get that stuff. So that's that. So far, that's what living with or shooting with COVID to me will be like.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like that title, Shooting with COVID. We'll have to make that the title.
Go ahead. Go ahead. And feel free to look at the Facebook group or join.
Well, I'll link that as well. It'll be probably right over in the corner here, actually over in the corner here.
And one thing we have on there is about every week or so, I'm throwing up a poll for models, agents, and photographers asking, are you shooting now? Are you going to shoot 2 weeks out? Just so that everybody, at least locally, can get a handle on who's available. Who wants to shoot now? Who's ready to shoot now? Who's waiting? That sort of thing. So that could be the biggest public service of the Facebook group.
I agree. In fact, I'm a small studio. I studio out of my house, and I'd love to have a studio, but I've only got one other person in town that's willing to co-op. So we're trying to find some more and maybe do a little better co-op. I'll be shooting probably at some point on the studio down in Hearst and at Covenant Studio. I like them; they're really nice, and it's a bigger area.
That's David, I believe. Yeah.
Say it again. Sorry.
That's David, I believe. Covenant.
Yeah, David Watley.
David Watley. Yeah, it is. And we've been over there a number of times. He's expanded. He now has a couple of big rooms, and so that seems to be a good alternative. And initially, I'm going to be shooting outside with most of the models returning. And if I need to do a headshot, I may come into the studio for a headshot, but primarily because it's a single room and it's in my house, I'm shooting outside and just as we talked about on the website, no entourage, mom and the model, or boyfriend of the model, or somebody in the model, but no entourage. We've seen where there's 7 or 8 people that come with them because they're so excited to be photographed. And then of course I'll wear a mask. They'll wear masks until the shoot. And of course Lysol and everything if we're in here. The same things that you're talking about. And so it's we're walking before we run. By this time I should be shooting, and you, Kevin, you should be shooting as well. Is that correct? By next Monday?
Yeah, it'll be Saturday the 15th for me. I'm going with the governor's date. He's got the 18th for the next phase. We'll see how that goes. Although we'll just have to see how it goes, because I'm 65. I've got asthma, so I'm almost more concerned about me than the models. But as long as both sides wear masks,
yes,
the percentage is low, and you might throw that slide up.
Yes, we'll do that. I got that right now. That slides up.
Oh, it is? Okay, yeah, I don't see it.
Well, it will be post. We'll post process that.
Okay, great. Yeah. Anyway, the odds of catching something are dramatically reduced if both sides are wearing just the simple mid-surgical masks, okay, or cloth face covers.
Yes.
If now in my studio, which isn't really big, I mean, I can be 6 feet away, no problem. But when I'm having the model pose, I may be wearing this, which is a N99 mask.
That's what I have. I have one that's similar to that. That's what I'll wear.
Yeah. So, but outside, and I'm going to do the same thing as you. The studio is here for short stuff. I've got white and gray backgrounds for my commercial clients, because my commercial clients are retailers that are usually parts of bigger chains, where the bigger chain has the catalogs and the main website, but now, or at least before COVID, the local retail stores in the malls that you've heard of, Charming Charlie, Forever 21, Persona, they are required to create some local pictures in production. And I noticed that, like at Charming Charlie, when it used to be in Allen, but they closed up. The chain went bankrupt, and now they're back up again, but not in Allen. But what they were doing was laying clothing on the floor and taking pictures of it. And I went in there and I said, hey, what if you loan me the clothing for the shoot? I'm not buying it, you loan it. And I'll bring you models, or I'll shoot in here, shoot in the studio. I'll give you some pretty good quality stuff that you can share in your Facebook page. And they went for it. Now, it gave the models a chance to actually model in something and say they're commercial models, because they were. So that's what I look forward to getting back into.
Randy, are you listening to that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Well, I consider, and I can't think of a better term, no insult to the models, a farm club for models. I try and go out and find young ladies or guys that look like they've got the look like they can give the look, and then just say, hey, you want to try this? And they do, and some have gone on to become quite successful. So then they go to you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And we have, if you check on our website, we've got a lot of the girls, and we do a lot of TFT simply because they're not as famous yet, so they need that exposure. We try to emphasize that to them, that you've got to do TFT, which is trade for time, in order to become popular. The example, if you look at Marissa, who's a fiery redhead, I mean, she's very popular. Everybody wants her to walk in their shows, etc. And we have Alyssa. I'll put her picture up. Everybody wants to shoot her, and they all got that way by doing a lot of trade and runway shows that pay little or nothing. Sometimes you get a nice bag, if you're in the runway show, but essentially trade for time. And that's how you get popular. You're right, Kevin.
Yeah, models and new models have to understand that maybe there are a few, and I guess I've heard of a few that were discovered and within a month or two are like on Elle magazine or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody I've come into contact with had to pretty much work their tails off, model their tushes off to learn the trade and learn the tricks, and then are discovered. And I've told models, you just keep watching those smaller shows, okay, in the Dallas area, and there are guys from modeling agencies in there that are scouting too, okay, and even your shows probably. So that's how to work your way up.
Mm-hmm.
And every model that I know of that I've been involved with that has gotten successful, i.e. getting paid, did that and were discovered usually not necessarily online or on the internet, but at one of those shows.
Absolutely.
So you have to watch.
One of the things that I got that yawn, Randy.
Couldn't help it.
I do that to people.
I'm just sitting here.
So one of the things that we tell our models, and this is Randy's mantra, is always look like a model, act like a model. Even if you're not dressed like a model, be that walk. And people will say, "Are you a model?" And we hear that. And then, as you say, the shows are an excellent place because you never know who's in the audience at those shows. And it's a little bit of luck. And once you master your craft and people see how you walk, that's a good thing. In addition, one of the things that we have had luck, because we've worked with a lot of the designers and people that are putting shows on, we're partnering with Runway Dallas, and we can usually simply say we've got these models at this height and they're in. They don't have to walk the model calls and all that, which while it's fun to do that, many of our models are, like I'm sure most of the models you work with, they have a day job, and so they can't just take off 2 o'clock in the afternoon to do a model walk, but they can certainly do a 7:30 show on a Friday night. And so that helps by getting them in a show where they didn't have to walk and spend that extra time. Now, we always tell our models it's good to go to these walks, because if you see what's happening, just in case you ever have to do a model call, so that you know what's going on. And but yeah.
Well, it's tough. The ones that I've seen do well didn't get it easily. They pretty much had momagers that kept them going to shows and helped them, learn the trade, and it goes from there. And I'm so happy, I enjoy your agency because you're not limiting yourself to 5'8" or taller, and which is pretty much most of what the agencies are telling models. And I keep telling them, and I heard this from my retailers, hey, shorter people buy clothes too.
Right.
Okay, and so that's why, they didn't mind at all having the shorter teens wearing their stuff, because when you go in their stores, it was shorter teens buying stuff.
Yes.
So there's a place for everybody, I think. So, but it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little different with COVID. We're going to have to learn to accept, and I think we're going to get used to masks and having studios that smell like bleach and stuff like that. There is a huge, and I've seen it, a huge pent-up demand, at least on the model side, to get shot again, to have sessions again.
Yeah.
And so I look forward to reopening, but I want to do it right too. So, well, it's going to be the new normal just for a while, and it makes you sort of wonder, like, boy, did we squander the old normal? If the pent-up demand was there then, that would have been great, and not necessarily social distancing, or I never really hugged models, But
Kevin, hey, what's the name of your studio?
my studio is Studio 205. Okay. And I've named the studio because I've got two friends who sort of share it with me. One is Trish Cook. She does senior portraits. And then Maxine Manitow is a makeup artist who her place is, or her table's out back there. She does makeup makeup for the models here, but also she has a great group of clients in bikini that just come for makeup. So we call it Studio 205. Because I only use makeup artists that the ones I know of are licensed, so they're hesitant in starting back up again before the governor says they can. So the models that want to do their own makeup, or their moms do their own makeup, they can use the makeup setup we have out there from Maxine. But that's how it's going to go for now. It's show up ready or do it yourself here.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of get out to all the models, is that, you might do a shoot, but, don't expect the makeup artist to be there.
Yeah, I give us a couple weeks. It seems like everybody's thoughts on everything or flexibility or paranoia seems to change in 2-week increments. So we'll see what it looks like in a couple weeks. But I've had the studio. I'm paying on a place I can't use, and that's just fine. But I'm optimistic that things are going to turn around. Now, a reason I picked the studio isn't it's really right out of the 40s on the inside. I think that's pretty cool.
Kevin, we really appreciate all your help with models coming to us, and we enjoyed the interview today. I think everyone's going to learn a lot from what you and Walt were talking about. I mean, it's something people need to know about, about this COVID-19, about shooting. We want everybody to stay safe and healthy. Okay, this is no, I'm sorry. Anyway, today we've been talking with Kevin Wehrmeister, and it's been a great interview. I've had a lot of fun listening to y'all. So, Walt, any last words?
Nope. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Kevin, for your time. Randy, thank you. And until next week, Glad Models Today.
Stay safe.